Polynomial identities. Sydney was asked whether the following equation is an identity. So we have 2x squared minus 18 times x plus 3 times x minus 3. And they're saying that's equal to 2x to the 4 minus 36x squared plus 162. She performed the following steps. So they rewrote the left side of the equation. And they're trying to check to see if it's equal to this. So we're going to see what Sydney does and see if she makes a mistake anywhere. If she does make a mistake, that is the answer. If she's correct, then A is the answer. So let's just start walking through it and see what she does each step of the way. So the first step, she does two things. She factors out a 2. So 2x squared minus 18, so 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times minus 9, negative 9, is negative 18. So that's correct. And then over here she box methods this, and what she gets out of that, they don't show the box method, they actually FOILed it. So first times first is x squared. Outside is minus 3x. Inside is 3x, positive 3x. And then negative 9 is on the outside. If you don't know what FOIL is, that's how I actually was taught how to do all this. So the question was initially x plus 3, x minus 3. So I was taught FOIL. Okay, that's what FOIL is. That's how you spell FOIL, like aluminum foil, for example. It's an acronym. Acronym just means that this stands for a series of words. So first, then you have out, side, in, side, and last. So what you do is you take the first terms, you multiply them, x squared. Then you take the outside terms, and you multiply them, and you get negative 3x. You take the inside terms, inside, we get positive 3x, and then you take the last terms, and we get negative 9. So x squared minus 3x plus 3x minus 9. That's the same thing as doing box method, okay? And that's what they get right here. So that step is also correct. Then from there, they cancel out the middle term, and they rewrite x squared minus 9, x squared minus 9. That's all they do. They just cancel out the middle terms, which is the right thing to do. From there, Sydney acknowledges that she has two of the same things, and they're multiplying by each other, so she writes squared, and she simplifies it. That's correct. From there, she... actually, she doesn't end up multiplying. Step 2 to step 3 is not really needed. It's not a problem, which is not needed, really, because then they just multiply it out. So they box method x squared minus 9. I will show you that right now. So this step to here is Sydney doing x to the 4 minus 9x squared minus 9x squared and positive 81. See that? So this becomes negative 18x squared, which is where this came from, and then x4 and positive 81. So that's all correct. And then finally she multiplies, or Sydney multiplies 2 times x4, which you get that. 2 times negative 18 is 36x squared. And finally, 2 times 81 is 162. So I think Sydney is correct. And she is. Or he. I don't know. Sydney is correct. It. All right, next question. Which of the equations are true identities? So the first one is they pull an n out. So let's write each one down. So n cubed plus 3n squared plus 2n. So if I pull an n out, I get n times n squared plus 3n plus 2. And if I were to factor that using the cross method, I would get n plus 2 and n plus 1 with n on the outside. Is that what we have over there? Yeah. So I wrote it n plus 2. I could flip the 2 and put 1 here and the 2 there. So let's see. N plus 1, n plus 2. So A is right. Let's look at B. So we have a plus 3 squared. So a plus 3 squared. So if we square that, box method, I'm going to do this in my head. I know how to do this in my head, which eventually, hopefully, you can do that quickly. So that's what that is. And this is minus 9. So we add a minus 9 at the end. So these cancel out. So left over is a squared plus 6a. So they're both good. Yep. All right, question 3. Ophelia was asked whether the following equation is an identity. 2 times x minus 3 times 4x minus 1 is equal to 4x minus 6 squared minus 4 times 6 plus x. So, first thing they do, Ophelia, 2 times x minus 3 is correct, but looks like they make a mistake right here, step 1. They also multiply the 2 times 4x minus 1. That's a mistake. So step 1 is wrong. We don't need to go any further. Yep. All right, next question. All right, so which one's the true identity? Okay, so the first one, looks like it already is. Oh, no, actually, and I'll show you why it's not. Okay, so x minus 2y squared. Okay, so this, if we box method, you get x negative 2y, x negative 2y, x squared, negative 2xy, negative 2xy, and positive 4y squared. Oh, actually, it might be. I made a mental mistake. So I think actually might be okay. X squared minus 4xy plus 4y squared. I thought it was going to be 8. That's why I thought it was wrong, but I am wrong. So A is correct. Looking at B, m plus 1 squared. That does look wrong, actually, but I was wrong a second ago. So m plus 1 squared minus m squared equals 1. M plus 1 squared. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so here we go. So if we square this, we should get m squared plus 2m plus 1. Yeah, and then we have minus m squared equals 1. So the m squared will cancel out. So we have 2m plus 1 equals 1. And that's the problem right here, is the 2m. So B is wrong. Only A is right. This should equal 2m plus 1, not just 1. And we're done.